Hello guys, and welcome to Number 9 Farms. Today I'm going to be dehydrating chives and the Excalibur dehydrator that I have, and I'm using the old one again still, and it's from 2000, but it's still working great. So we're going to go ahead and use that one again today, and I'm going to try to get another table set up so that it's easier to use the videos and put it in one space so I don't have to always constantly be moving it around, because it'll be in Bruce's way. So here we go. Here's all the chives, and I'm going to cut through and pick through them. So after I get these all picked through and cut them and put them on the dehydrator tray, I'll be back. So now that I have them all cleaned and all ready to go, I have them all grouped here. This way it'll make cutting off the ends easier to do. And here, you'll just cut some of the tops off, and then you'll be ready to put them in the dehydrator. So you see all the ends are cut. So they're all nice. Now I'm going to cut these ends. Now that's what you have, and because you want to focus in mostly in the middle and getting the ends off and the tops off. So now you have this, and you can actually cut this in half too, and make sure always that you've got, if there's anything extra left in them, you want to get rid of it, because you don't want that going in your soups or anything that you're going to add them in. But I did check over and make sure, but there's always, sometimes when you're laying them out on the dehydrator sheet, there's always one that is not looking too good. So you can put these the scraps into for your chickens, and I will lay these on the dehydrator. One thing I wanted to add also, when you do your second batch, you want to dry them a little bit with this, my grandma always called them tea towels, but they're flour sack towels. So when I was growing up, it was a tea towel. And that's it. And then, like I said, pick through all these yucky ones. Get rid of those, or if you even see some extra grass. Alright, so I got the first tray loaded up, and try to get them as far apart, it's separated as you can. That way they have room for the air to circulate around them. So now all the chives are done. I ended up with 3.5 trays full. So now I'm going to go ahead and do some sage up here. Doing the sage is a lot easier. It's less cutting and everything involved, but you want to make sure that you take off those little brown leaves. I have all the trays loaded up with the chives and the sage. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start this. So you want to put it on about 95, because the slower you dry them, the greener they stay, and the more oils aren't excreted out of them, so it stays really fresh even though it's dry. All right, there we go. Put the door on. Put the door on right. Okay. Why am I having trouble? There. Oh, I got the door on. One of the shelves wasn't all the way in. Both dehydrators are running now, so we'll be back and see how this goes. I wanted to tell you that since I had plenty of room in this one, I went ahead and just filled it all with sage and all with chives. I thought I wasn't going to have enough room for either one to finish both of them, but I did. So you want to cover up the chives, because once they start to dry, they'll blow around. So use some of your older, your extra, I say older because this was my older dehydrator. Use some of your older ones and put on there so that they are on top of this, so when they get dry they won't blow around everywhere, be all over the dehydrator. Everything is finally done. It took about 24 hours, but like I said, this is on a very low temperature. That way it saves all the good oils in them. and they're nice and dry. You can hear it cracking. And the sage took a little less because it's about 18 hours. And this one here, it dries a lot better. This is the new machine. So you can see and hear it, how nice it is. But I'm gonna get Cooper over here and he's gonna take all of them off the stems. And then like we use the stems just to like throw in our little fire pit. And you can smell it. And I'm sure there's a lot of other uses for it too. But they smell amazing. All right, I'll be back. Welcome back. Now that this is what they look like, they're dried as I showed you in the dehydrator. And so now all I do is take the sheets and do it like this, drop it in, and then I just take and put the lid on here, lock it, this on top, and I just hold fresh. This is what you get, and it smells really good. It smells just like onion chives, and now you got some crushed chives to throw in some soups or potatoes or anything. All right, came over to help me take all of the leaves off the sage, and here's what we have started, and then we'll put that in the food processor and chop up the little sage leaves. Now that all the sage is taken off the stems, this is what we have, this whole bowl. And here is the stems. So here I am, and I wanted to show you how good the sage looks now that I've chopped it up. And this I use in my soup stuff, and we chop it up even more. And also I sprinkle it on the turkeys or whatever that I have when we're cooking them. And it's just really good stuff. It smells incredible. Now the finished amount, and I want to show you how there was one stem still left in it, and of course it doesn't really chop it up anyway, so here we go. Now that we're back, we've got everything dehydrated, and I'm just going to scoop it into, I've got a wide mouth ball cannon jar here that's the pint size, and as you go through you'll see some of the stems, and you just want to pick those out because they just don't grind up that well unless you have like a coffee grinder, and they do grind up in a coffee grinder. And the rest of it I'm going to save for putting on some of the meats and stuff, and put it in one of my spice jars at the house. So this is what I'm going to be saving for a later date. And you want to take and wipe off the lid so you get a good seal. And I've got a top here. We're going to use the FoodSaver today. And what you're going to do is you're going to lay your top on, put this on top and press down. And you've got this part here, and you want to put this right on top. And this piece had already come off because it does come with this on here. This is for the reusable bags. Turn it on, hit accessory, and there's the progress. Look at that. Sealed tight. And now you got a hermetically sealed jar. So all set to go. Thank you for watching and have a good day.